Hey guys, hope you are doing well. I just wanted to do an update on the propane pit. As you guys know, you may have seen it on some of my videos already that I used in real world. It worked pretty good. It wasn't as hot as a fire, wood fire would have been, but it did the trick, especially when it was raining and it was all wet and hard to start a fire. Somebody commented and wanted to know how hot it got. Initially, when I first tested it, the bottom wasn't that hot. I didn't worry too much about it, but after using it for 20-30 minutes to an hour in real world, the bottom actually did get very hot. So I figured I'd kind of do a video to show you the temperatures. So I went ahead and added the elbow back. It just made the world of difference when you put it away. I've also patched a hole. I was going to weld it, but since it's all built, I went ahead and just used the steel stick from JB Weld. That was another thing I wanted to fix. What if I don't have access to the big tank like one of these? Went ahead and bought a part that I could adapt the connection here to a small tank. So anyway, testing out a few different things. The fire pit, because of the burner only going to about right here, the fire is mostly on this end. Now eventually all this, of course, heat transfers, but the hottest section will be closer to this side. I'm thinking about putting an extension and extending the burner over just a bit, just to even it out more. Again, just fine tuning it. It does work as it is. Never really replaces the wood burning fire as far as radiating heat. Most of the heat, of course, does come up top, and you've got some radiating out this way through the opening. So right here on this this side, if I was to do this, you got about 95 degrees, versus the other side is already at 260. So again, you can see where this flame is hotter on this end because the burner ends about right there. Eventually the heat would transfer over if you run it for an hour or so. It's about, 95 to 100 degrees on this side, versus this side wall here is in the 250 degrees or so. Now I did find if you burn it a long time, this connection did get a little warm, but I never had any issues. So it so far has only warmed up about 15 degrees or so. Now, one big question was the bottom. Yes, initially when I did this, I noticed that the bottom wasn't very hot. But I did find that if you let it burn for an hour or two, I had the rocks actually glowing, and that eventually transferred the heat evenly to the bottom. And yes, the bottom got as hot as the top, but it didn't take long to cool. I'm going to say depending on, of course, ambient temperature. Let's check out the temperature now. I'll give you all some updates to see if it's got any hotter. It's still in the 240, 250 range. Still in the 130 degrees on bottom at the hottest section. All right, guys, same thing. It's been a little bit. Still staying in the 100s on this side, on the side. Whereas over here, it's staying in the 270 to 280 range, right about there. I can actually touch this no problem. It does get a little warm as this wall starts to heat up. It radiates some of the heat onto this, but not enough so far that I can't hold on to it for a minute or two. It's uncomfortable to keep on, but not so hot that it's scalding. As far as the bottom, 200 range. Front, where the main burner sits, is 200. Away from the burner, about 80 degrees cooler. On the back side, you can see it's 150 to 250. I think that little tank is having a time handling it. So there you go, guys. You can see that it's not, like I said, a replacement for wood fire, but like I said, it can come in handy when you have no wood or there's a fire ban. You still want a little fire going. and it will keep you warm, like I said, somewhat. So it'll do the job. One other thing that I found is these little handles. If you let them sit obviously there, they're going to get a lot hotter. If you leave them up, it'll keep them from getting as hot. So if you need to move the fire burner, propane pit, whatever you want to call it, around, this will keep them from being so hot. Of course, you can always wear gloves as well. Freezing up. Now this tank was already used and not a full tank, but like I said, in a pinch, even one of these little tanks will do. It's good to have backups when you're out in the middle of nowhere. Well, I hope you found that helpful, and the person that commented about the temperatures, hopefully they too are satisfied. Like I said, maybe this will help you make a decision on either building one or buying one or not, and just carrying wood. Like I said, it comes in handy if there's ever a fire ban, or in my case where it was raining really a good bit and everything was wet. Well, anyway, hope that was helpful. Y'all take care, and we'll see you on the next.